Okay, Eric Wilson, 35-year independent licensed mechanic, and I'm going to show you in the next 5 to 6 minutes the inside story on this Audi Q7. Starting off with the front left tire. Now on the front left tire you got about 80% tread on there, so lots of tread on all season tires. Okay, now on your front brakes you got about 7,000 to 8,000 K left on the front brakes, so they are down. With the jack under the front wheel, I'm going to check the outer tie rod now, and the outer tie rod on the front left is tight. The upper control arm is tight. This is your upper control arm, and good and solid. Not seeing any issues with that. The shock behind there, you see the coil spring. I'm not seeing any leakage in on your shock. Good and dry on the front left. Okay, now behind the front left wheel, your CV boot is intact. Your CV boot is intact. Again, this is your sway bar link, and that's intact. I'm not seeing any issue with that. I'm not, just a quick perusal of the bottom of the motor. I'm not seeing any visible oil leaks, which is a good sign. Now coming into the front right, again your tread's about 80%, so lots of tread on your front red. With the jack under the front, the tie rod, no play on the outer tie rod there, no play on the upper control arm. Control arm, good and clean. Shock, I'm not seeing any leakage behind there, which is a good sign on the front right. Okay, on your inner CV boot, good and solid, nothing ripped, no leaks that I can see. Everything's intact as far as this goes again. And this, your shock is good and dry. So I'm not seeing anything of concern in here, behind the front right. Again, your brakes about 8,000 K on your front brakes. So you're going to need a set of brakes. Your rotors do look halfway decent though, so that I don't think they're going to have to be changed, but brakes definitely. Okay, coming in on the rear left, again, brakes are down to about 5,000 K left at the back, so you get about that much left, 5,000 K left on the rear brakes, so set of brakes is in order. However, the rotors do feel clean. I wouldn't change the rotors if I were you. I'd change the pads, but not the rotors. Okay, rear tire, same amount, but 60%, a little less tread on the rear than on the front, but still quite a bit. Okay, your shock, if you see where I'm pointing at there, good and dry. That's really, really important. And you see your CV boot inside there, intact. Hard to see the inner CV boot, but take my word for it, it's not ripped that I can see. This is your sway bar link. Everything is intact with that. Okay, coming in on the, again, brakes. Your rotors, good, not bad. They're good for another turn, for another time, and a set of pads for the back as well, because they are down to about 5,000, 6,000 K left. On your rear tire, again, less tread on the front, about 50% tread on the rear. More on the front than there is on the back, but still lots of tread left on those all season. Your shock, good and dry. Yeah, good and dry. And your CV boot, you can see inside there, is good and clean. Again, the interior one's hard to see, you can't see, but it's not ripped. This is your sway bar link, and it's connected, which is good. Just a shot of your exhaust, all stainless steel, which is good. And I'm just going to give you a shot of the exhaust now. Okay, this is a shot of your exhaust. Go quite clean, not smoking any oil that not burning any oil that I can see. Just a quick perusal of the back of the car, nice and clean. Got your rear seat here, and I'll give you a shot inside. Just sit there. Okay, you got a spot of rust here. I guess the surface rust. The handle feels intact. Yeah, so it's not rusted through that I could feel, but that's on the driver's door handle there. Now, just bit of a rip in your seat, and no cracks in the windshield that I can see. Just yeah, no cracks in the windshield, and we'll start this. Okay, now you do have a check engine light on, and I'm not exactly sure what that check engine light is, but what I am sure about this light right says here, this light here, that is ESP, electronic stability program, and it is, you'll see on you'll come up codes here, that is the electronic stability program has got a problem, and it can be expensive to fix. I'll be honest with you. If you have to change the sensor or the computer, it's not going to be cheap. I can't give you an exact price, but that is now. Will that shut you down from driving? No, it won't. It's the same thing as ABS in any vehicle. You can drive with or without ABS. It's just an extra precaution, or helps in wet weather to keep you wheels locking up. So that is an issue you're going to have to deal with. Now the check engine code, I'm not exactly sure, but that may, like I just find on German cars that they are very sensitive for a lot of different reasons, but that's what you're looking at for there. Just a quick perusal of your dash. Everything else looks very clean in here, and I'm going to take you out and show you the motor right now. Okay, I'm just going to give you just a quick listen to the motor here. One concern, it sounds to me like there's an exhaust leak in here, and that's a concern to me. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second here, okay? Okay, my friend, I just talking, a customer was there, he was there, and I didn't want to talk in front of him. I have two concerns about this vehicle. And number one, I can hear an exhaust leak, and that's not going to be cheap to fix, okay? Number two, there's a sound in the motor that concerns me. These motors are not the greatest, and I think you're going to be buying yourself a headache. And that EPS, the ESP, I know is going to be costly to fix. So if I were you, I would walk away from this vehicle and keep looking, because there are some serious issues that are going to bite you, and bite you hard, with this vehicle. So that being said, you can make your decision on what to do or not do. Thank you.